Hello and welcome to Tammy Stone's Transfer Planning for the U course. Today you will be learning about CVTC's career assessment, what to look for in career planning, and how to plan for your career planning financially. My name is Rachel Mason and I'm one of CVTC's Student Central Advisors. Between my esteemed colleague Katie Beck and myself, we are here to assist you before, during, and after your time at CVTC. Our roles are to help students who are undecided about programs or may need help interpreting or taking a career assessment. We are also highly trained in all things financial aid and financial wellness. During financial wellness appointments, we can address and help you with various financial wellness topics, including debt management, budgeting, credit scores, and more. So what are career assessments? You may have heard of them and you may have already took them either in middle school, high school, and sometimes in elementary school when you do career days or dress up or free play and they have different job occupations. You're actually being exposed to career planning. So career assessments help increase self-awareness for you, the person taking the test. It'll help you focus on your values. You will self-reflect and see how your values and your interests align. You'll be aware of the job and labor market, what's out there, what are some bright careers coming, and also it's really there for a guidance to help you. Career assessments are not a one-all. When you get your number one pick, that does not mean that's what you have to go into. It's just there to guide you, to show you what different careers are out there based on your values, your interest, and your other results from the assessment. Most recently, CVTC's career assessment tool is Focus2 Career. And before this, CVTC used Career Cruising, and we use Career Cruising because a lot of the high schools in Wisconsin use Career Cruising. We wanted to align with all of there, but through some research, we figured out that Focus2 is really great for our students, but you may have already taken Career Cruising or you may have already taken Focus2. But today we are going to focus on Focus2 career assessment. Now, what makes Focus2 unique? And this is why CVTC switched over to it. It's easy to read and quick to complete. It's very simple questions and answers, not too in-depth. It's reliable and there's valid research-based assessments on this that is showing that by taking the different assessments, you are going into a career path or career cluster and having higher results on that. And what's really why we change it is it connects your results with CVTC programs. So even if the program may not be offered at CVTC, you can research to see where you could take it. Is it at a 4-year? Do you need to look at other 2-year universities? Are you going to take generals here and then transfer? But it does take all of your careers that are as a result of the assessment, and they do focus on CVTC's programs to really help you narrow down your decision. Now, to take the Focus2 assessment, there's many ways to do it. We can send you an email. Tammy may have already sent you the link to complete it, but otherwise, if you go to the main cvtc.edu webpage, and in the right-hand corner where you would normally click on Commons, there'll be a magnifying glass for a search engine, and in there, click on Career Planning, and it'll be your first result. It'll take you to this page. It'll kind of give you an explanation of what Focus2 is, what assessments there are, and then you can go in and create a free account. It does not have to be related to your CVTC email to create that Focus2 assessment. And when you get to the homepage after creating your account, it's going to look very similar to this. This is what my home screen looks like, so that's why my name's on there, but we'll say yours. And the first section is the Career Planning Foundations, where you'll take an assessment based on where you are in your career planning involvement, your academic strengths, and seeing where you are career readiness, and also the different self-assessments. As you can see, there's 5. The next slides, we will break more into what each of these areas are and what each assessments do. And then also, once you are done at the bottom of the page, you can say, like, what can I do with a major in blank, offered it Chippewa Valley Technical College, you can explore any occupation. So even if it's not one that came up on your career assessment, you can search for occupations. It'll give you a breakdown of it. Then you can compare two occupations side by side that could be similar. It could be totally opposite, but this is where you can really do that exploration on your own. And then you can save your occupations, you can save your majors, and then you can review and print your portfolio. So it's a very nice homepage to give you all of your results or where you can start to find those results. And as you saw earlier, there's self-assessments. There are 5. Work interest, and that will ask you, what do you enjoy? Personality assessments, how do you relate to the environment around us? How do you relate to the environment us? Leisure activities, what do you do for fun? What do you do and enjoy in your spare time? The value assessment will give you your top 3 values in a job, and the skill assessment will also give you your top 3 skills in a job. And then you can also look at these assessments individually, or there'll be an area where you can combine the assessments or combine certain parts of the assessments to get an overall result for you to explore on. But on the homepage, you're going to do the first section on career planning foundations and your career planning involvement. So based on the National Association of College and Employers, NACE, they give you different career readiness competencies and questions, and based on that, you'll get a score range from 1 to 5. Now, if you are under 5, do not worry. This is what you're going to school for, or meeting with us for, to see where you are in that career planning involvement by preparing you by volunteering, job shadowing, joining a club, doing more research. So if you get under 2, do not think this isn't the right career or I'm not career ready. You are taking the right steps to get career ready by learning about the Focus2 career assessment. You'll also take an assessment on academic strengths. It will give you results on I do very well in, I do all right, I don't do well, I never took this subject, based on what they are asking you. Now, this is, again, isn't a one-all be-all. If you put I never took this subject, and I'm going to use my example up on the screen, art, fine, visual, studio design, doesn't mean that that's not my strength. I just haven't been exposed to that. And that's also why you are going to school, to earn those strengths, to build those strengths, to get that education to be well. But here it's saying that you're naturally good at the doing very well and the do all right. The don't do well, maybe a little bit more of having to work harder to get those grades or work harder to get those skills, but it doesn't mean that you can't learn them. Then your final kind of like pre-assessment will be seeing where you are on the career readiness scale. It'll score you on 8 competencies: career critical thinking, communication, teamwork, leadership, technology, professionalism, career and self-development, and then equity and inclusion. My results just kind of show where I am on all of them. Again, this isn't saying for me, like technology, that am I career ready in technology because it's so low. It's just saying I'm not maybe developed as high in the technology piece on my career readiness. But again, this is just one of many other ways to get you ready for your career exploration. After you do those 3 we just talked about, we're going to dive into the interest self-assessments, and this is really where you're going to get those career results. So the first one is work interest assessment, and they'll ask you questions like, on a scale or star of 1 to 5, would you enjoy doing this? Would you prefer this? To give you your work interests. And then here, as you can tell on the left-hand picture, it says there's a tie in my results. So before I could move on to see where I was in my work interest assessments using that Holland code that Tammy has talked about, I had to pick if I wanted to do the conventional or enterprising competency level. And based on reading both of the descriptions, I clicked or selected conventional, just because that seems very more like me and wanting to really focus my results and interest, I went with that route. But if you do have a tie, doesn't matter which one you pick, we can always go back and do another one. And then you'll get your top 3 results, which is your Holland code. As you can see, mine's SCE. So social, the helpers; conventional, the organizers; and enterprising, their persuaders. Those were my top 3. The other 3 were there. They just were not my top strengths. So your work interest results will be different, and you will be assigned a different Holland code. The next assessment that I think is really good to take is the personality assessment, and this is how you relate to the environment around you. You're going to get questions asked like, how do you react to certain situations and people? How do you make decisions? How do you organize information? How do you go about problem solving? So really what your personality is and how it could get focused into a career. And personality is a huge thing because, if you don't really and maybe enjoy working with the people, or you want to do more behind the scenes, that is your personality, and that's where you're going to shine. So you need to be honest with your answers, and to give you really those more accurate results. In your next real big important assessment, if you're going to do all of the assessments, we really want you to do the work interest, the personality, and the values, because the values is a description of what is most important to you in your life. So is earning money important? Is having a secure job it's not going to go anywhere? Helping others, giving back, are those your values? And if those are your values, what occupations match with them? So I got my values assessment was independence, prestige, tangible results. So just based on this, and this isn't combining all the other assessments, it's showing me what occupations match my 3 values. And from there, you could go on and keep looking and selecting the career and researching more, seeing what the salary is. And then it also says select your top 3 values from the choices below. So you can also kind of pick and play if these were your top values. What ones do you want to see what results would be? So values, again, is another important one to see what you value in a job and in your life to help you decide on that career. So the skills assessment is the reflection of your talents and types of things you easily learn and perform well. And then as talked about earlier, just because they come easy to you and you perform well at does not mean that you would not be trained in those skills. That is what you're going to college for, to learn those. But skills are going to come what comes naturally to you, maybe what you don't have to work so hard at, or just as what is your natural ability. You will learn those through your skills assessment. They'll also show your top 3 results, or you can pick your top 3 skills from the choices below to see which ones matter to you, what you want to learn more. And it does then give you your results on your skills. So giving you your top results, you can learn more about it, what program it relates to at CVTC, salary, and what job family it is. So for mine, let's say advertising sales agent, that's kind of very broad. I can learn more about it, but I could see what job family it is and break it down from there. Maybe careers that are more interesting to me as well. So the leisure interest self-assessment is seeing what do you like to do outside of work? What do you do during your free time? And this one can be good and bad, because some people say, I really enjoy doing art and drawing outside of a typical working day, but it does not mean I want to do that all day and then have to do that as my hobby. Now, some people love doing that as their hobby and their career. So going here, you'll see what your leisure interests are, and then it'll also narrow it down to your results. But this is one where if it gives it to you, don't say, oh my gosh, it's saying I have to do this. It's just giving you those necessary results to help you narrow down your choice. Now the moment we've been waiting for. So once you complete all of those assessments, you're going to get your Holland code again, and then combining your results will show you your top results on your occupations, your interest scores, what your ideal working conditions are, and different professional associations to research more on that as well. And to really fine tune and learn more, you can combine all your results. So you're combining your assessment results to create a list of the best fit occupations. You will select the assessments you would like to combine. If you've taken all 5, do all 5, or if you're like, I just want to know what my work interests, skills, personality, or skills, personality, values, you can select those combinations. On the right, I selected all 5 of my assessments, and then it says there's no occupations that that match all of my top 5 assessments. Same with the top 4. But they're saying there's 10 occupations that appear in 3 of the assessments you have completed, 71 that appear in 2 of the 5 assessments I completed, and then 24 occupations that appear in 2 or more of the assessments that you completed. So you can select that little plus sign and find the occupations under each one. When I did this, obviously picked all of them and did research, but I picked the one with all 3 because it's saying out of all the 3 combined, these are my top ones that have the best match based on all of the assessments. And here's just a close-up of my combined assessment report. And this was the 10 occupations that appear in 3 of your assessments you completed. So the first one I'm going to pick as the second one appearing, but for this purpose, benefits manager. So it's saying supporting majors or programs at Chippewa Valley Technical College, the Associates of Art University transfer if I wanted to go to a 4-year university. But CVTC has the business management, accounting, human resources program, and that transfer program to go on to that 4-year or more. It shows the salary, what job family it's under, and what assessments align. So it shows my values, personality, and skills, but it does not show like my work interest because that does not what interests me or my leisure, but it's saying based on your values, personality, and skills, these would be the top. You can look to see which ones are yours as well. And then if you see the sun, that means it is a bright outlook. So there'll be lots of job openings in the future, and you can figure out it by clicking on these to learn more about it and the bright outlook on jobs and careers. Now, if you found a career or careers that interest you and you want to learn more that you couldn't find on the Focus2 summary, there are different tools. There is ONET, and that is the one that us general advisors recommend that you can go to. So if you do ONET or search ONET with that little asterisk, it will appear. It is a government website. You can put any job title in there. When you select it, it's got interviews from people in that position. Like it'll say on a percentage wise, this percentage of my day I spend on a computer, this much I work with people directly, this many type of meetings. So you can really see what your day would be like, the working conditions. It will also again have bright outlook. And if CVTC doesn't offer it, you can put in a zip code or a state. It'll show you job openings and where you can go to school for those skills. But also other tools, if you want to use them or combine all of them, going to the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, My Next Move, Career One Stop, or Job Corps to really research those careers and find more. Because maybe one website really interests you, but I just want to learn a little bit more, and you're getting those interviews from people directly in that position, and you're like, that does not match me. So Focus2 is great, and as we mentioned that first slide, it's there for guidance, but these are also other guidance tools for you as well. Now that we've gone over career assessments and shown you how you can go on your career journey and how there are tools there to guide you and tons of different self-assessments, we will talk about ways financially to get there, because we know college is not a cheap investment, but it is an investment for your future. So CVTC has Money Matters. Now, what is Money Matters? It's our financial wellness program This was established in 2018, and since then, we've served over 6,000 students in direct capacities through events, meetings, workshops, takeovers, appointments, anything you can think of. That's how we've reached out. It's for prospective, current, and alumni students. So if you're interested in CVTC, or you graduated from CVTC, or maybe want to come back, this is 100% free to you. So Money Matters offers many services. We have monthly workshops on different financial literacy topics. We come to classroom takeovers like this. We can have personalized appointments and discussions based on your current financial concerns. We can break down the financial aid process, your award letter, help create a budget, talk about student loans and student loan repayment, talk about debt repayment strategies, credit cards, credit basics, how to increase your credit score. And if there's something that we may not know or aren't comfortable really going in depth with, we can refer you to outside resources and help you start those conversations to get you where you need to go. And this is Money Matters. Money Matters couldn't be possible without you, and you as students are what makes Money Matters important and what we can give back to you. So these are just some pictures from events we've had, different workshops, help with FAFSA. We've done a professional career closet, tons of different activities and workshops, and this is just the faces of Money Matters, and this is you. So thank you. So we're going to put you to work a little bit, and we promise it's not too hard. So we're going to see by setting your goals financially and finding out your money values, how it relates to your career and work interest values. So we're going to set your goals. So either in Canvas or an email from your instructor, Tammy, you would have a money values worksheet, and it should have a Wisconsin Credit Union logo in the right, but you're going to fill this out. So knowing your money values helps you understand why you use or fail to use money in a certain way. Your own beliefs, attitudes, and values about money motivate you to do what you do. The value you place on money is primarily driven by emotion. Most of us want more money, less debt, or nice things because we want a certain feeling. To determine your money values, you need to know what is personally most important to you. Secondly, by having your current beliefs, attitudes, and values about money, are you in control of your money, or is it in control of you? Do you have a sense of security and peace? Are you a saver, spender, or worrier? And if someone looked at your checkbook, your online banking account, or your credit card statements, what might they assume? So take some time to fill out that worksheet to figure out what your money value is. There are 4 types of money values, and by completing that worksheet, you should have been assigned one of the 4. And based on your answers, gets you assigned that money value. So I is independence. In money aspects, this means you want a lot of money, so you can do whatever you want. You value that freedom. You value independence. Abundance. So if driving a luxury car and living in a home with beautiful things is important, you value abundance. S for stability. If you need to know you'll always have enough money to pay your bills, retire in peace, and never have to worry about money, you value stability. And then generosity. If you find joy in helping people, giving money and gifts, you value your ability to be generous. Remember, no one money value is better than the other, and things can change over time. When I first did this money values assessment, I got abundance, and I always thought I was more of the stability area, but for me, abundance is, okay, if I do value those things, that is okay, but I need to budget within my means to give myself that. I can't have everything and live beyond my means. I need to budget for those things that are important to me. And this is also the same for like generosity. If you want to give donations or help those in need, you need to make sure that you are financially secure, but you are budgeting or giving up something maybe to offset that value that you need. You're going to ask, why is this relevant to what we're talking about with the Focus2? And it really relates back to your values. So your money values is a lot of also what you value in a career. So, and we're just going to use these 4 types of money values and interpret it to what a different career could be. So let's say you have independence, and just because you scored independence here, maybe it's not what you scored on your career assessment. But if you value the ability to do whatever you want to have that independence, maybe a job where it's more flexible, maybe working from home, the hybrid schedule, having not a set schedule, you can kind of do what you want. You value that independence, look for that in a job. Abundance. If you want that, maybe you want to have the new sports car, the big house. You value that. And again, that is okay, but finding a career that matches that values, or maybe you want a title or the prestige that comes from a career, that is abundance. And again, that is okay. Just finding your value and going towards that goal. Stability. If you like clocking in at 8 a.m. and clocking out at 5 p.m., you don't have to bring your work home, you're off nights and weekends, you are happy just doing what you do, that can be related to stability in a job. You're getting paid and you're leaving, you're not having those crazy hours, you just know what every day at work looks like for the most part. And then generosity, this would be a lot of those jobs that are giving back to people, like social workers, teachers, and even a lot of the trades like cosmetology. That's a service. You're helping people, you're making them feel better. So if that is really what you value, look at those careers that you are giving back to people, you are helping people. So that is why we took this Money Matters worksheet that we do in a lot of our one-on-one appointments or classroom takeovers with students, to not only show you what your money value is, because that is important, but also how it can relate to your career values. Now, we know financial and finances are a very sensitive topic, and it's not always the most fun thing to talk about or you want to start talking about. So if workshops and appointments is not your scene, that's okay. There are online resources that we offer 100% free to students. We have 2. One is Grad Ready. It is sponsored by Ascendium. It is a financial or Department of Education owned resource, and you can learn about ways to pay for college, financial aid, basic budgeting, basic financial literacy, but it's really focused on where you are currently in your educational journey. And then we also have Bonsai. This is sponsored by Wisconsin Credit Union, and this is an interactive learning module, and it can be tailored to your current financial situation. So you can actually plug in money, and if you're worried about buying a house or saving up for a house or having children or looking at paying for a 4-year university, or you want to go on, getting out a credit card, anything you can think of, they have different topics on that, and it's all tailored to your current situation. So these are both great resources, 100% free, and you can get to them by going to in your Commons webpage under the Pay for College tab, Money Matters, and you'll see all of our different links, or you can reach out to us or Tammy, and we will also give you the direct link. So financial literacy is great, and we love giving back to students and sharing our knowledge, but we also want you to know that you can win big with Money Matters. So every month, Money Matters hosts a different workshop. Each workshop, not only you are awarded moolah, well, it's not real money, it's raffle points that we award you for participating to be entered to win semester grand prizes, but also workshop grand prizes. So by coming to a workshop event, you would win $10 in moolah to be entered to win the semester grand prizes, which you need $15 worth of moolah, but also be entered to win one of the workshop prizes. And we give prizes out every semester, different prizes for workshops, but essentially the more moolah that you earn, the better chances you have to win those semester grand prizes. And as I say, It pays to play. So it pays to play with Money Matters. So coming and participating in classroom takeovers, reaching out, coming to our events, doing online challenges, sending us emails with questions, meeting with us, doing everything that we are offering to you. The more moolah you have, the better chance you have of winning these prizes each semester. Here's just a few. I'm going to emphasize a few of our past winners. We give out gift cards, physical prizes, put on so many events where you can earn moolah plus earn prizes during that. And we want you to be our new faces on this slide. So we hope that you play. And finally, thank you for listening to this presentation. We hope that you got some information on the career assessment and how it's a great tool to guide you. But also, if you have more questions or aren't sure, please, please, please reach out to Money Matters and the general advisors. So we have one email, so it does fall under the Money Matters, but it's Money Matters, all one word, all lowercase, at cvtc.edu, and we can help you with financial aid questions, financial literacy, but we can also help you interpret the Focus2 career assessment, help you do career research. We can help you reach out to companies if you want a job shadow, or instructors if you want to sit in on a classroom to see if that's what you're interested in before making that commitment. So in order for us to better serve you and be better presenters and make sure that you are getting everything we can give you, if you could tell us how we did, if you scan this QR code, it will bring you to a Microsoft Office form, and it will be anonymous, and you can tell us how we did, maybe what you wish we talked about or you want to learn more about, and this is feedback for us and how to be better for you. So again, we hope that something came out of this presentation and you learned something, and just know that there's so many people that are here to help you with that career planning journey and how to find ways to pay for it and be the best financial you. So thank you and have a great rest of your day.